Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dean here today with Burn1, joined again with the one, the only Kit King, and my co-host for most Shadowverse content, Ellis. And now we are finally in Dragoncraft, and we see the main girl herself, Special Week. She is a 2-drop 2/2 who has Evolve for 1 and also Feed for 1, and has Fanfare. Look at top. If you see an Musume card, show it to your opponent, add it to hand. And on Evolve, she gives, if you have 7 or more mana, which is Overflow, all other Musume cards get +1/+1, kind of going back to her buff dragon roots. The Evolve card seems really rough. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, the evolve is like pretty whatever. It's the pre-evolved seems really good at for the fanfare.
Just
so
ad.
It is basically a like Glorious Anthem in Magic. Like it's something like it's a 3-mana give your board +1/+1.
This is a Stardust Charge Warrior. It draws on play.
I hate you guys.
Okay. So
yeah, this is basically Mikasa.
What?
If you guys know, like Attack on Titan.
All right, good memes.
So,
I mean, this seems just like a really good 2-drop in general, right? And then like the evolve is like maybe you can use it once a game, maybe if.
Sorry, when I made my comment about it being a Glorious Anthem, that was specific to the evolve form, not the base form.
No, I think that the base is why you would play this.
Yeah, you play it for the base form, and maybe you use a spot for the evolve in your evolve deck. But generally, I think the base form is.
So, like late game though, it makes sure it's not a dead card in your hand. Like if you,
it's never a dead card. It always draws.
Right.
It always draws because you only play this in Musume. I mean, that's why she's the poster girl, and she draws every time.
Yeah.
It's 2/2 draw 1 basically, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The evolve is just like so mediocre because you have to have like such a wide board for that to be good, right? It's all others. It's
if you can build a wide board, maybe this makes more sense in like an Musume deck itself, but in Dragon, it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So like,
in Musume, I think you play the evolve as a 1/of.
Yeah, like maybe if you hate yourself, you put the evolve in your dragon deck because you want to waste the slot essentially. But the 2/2 for 2 that draws 1 basically seems like it's always going to be good. So
yeah.
All right, we move on to our second card. All right, listen, we read this card off before we started the video, and I had a really good laugh. I love this card. All right, first of all, the art is good. Oguri Cap. It has feeding 1 or 2 or 3, and then depending on how much you pay for feeding, you get to feed it. You get to start the racing 1, 2, or 3 times, and then it has the effect of when it does start racing, it gains +2/+1. Strike is when it attacks, right, or hits something.
Oh yeah. So I guess it doesn't actually deal 3 damage. It's 3 times. It deals 3 damage only when it attacks.
It doesn't have 3 instances,
but it has 3 instances of it if you do it 3 times right on feeding. Because it just gains this 3 times.
No, that's the second line. That's a separate line. That's a separate line.
Right? Oh no. Wait, let me actually look at the card.
Yeah. Look at the card.
It is a separate effect. Okay, so the card itself has strike, deal 3 damage to all enemy followers, right?
Yeah.
Is that on? Sorry, clarify again. Strike is on attack or when it hits?
On attack.
Okay, so it does board wide 3 damage.
If you go face, this triggers.
Okay, that's all I want to make sure. And then it has Fanfare, discard 2 cards from your hand, gain Storm. So I really, really like this card in general because depending on how much extra mana you have, you can like pump this to, you can essentially give it +6/+3 if you want, and then discard 2 cards and immediately like blow up your opponent's board and swing in for 6 damage, right?
Oh, it's so gross.
Or it's not 6 damage, for 10 damage immediately, right?
Yeah, it's 7. It's a 7 to 9 drop, and it's all of those. 7, 8, and a 9 drop in one, and your opponent just always
So the card
always have to like hope that you don't have this or have removal ready.
The crazy thing about this card is it essentially fills out your curve for even worst case scenario 6, right? So from 6 to 9, this card fills that gap if you need to drop a big guy, right? And being dragon, you're supposed to be ahead of everyone, right? On mana. So essentially, when this, I assume on average, how much mana are you normally ahead? Like 1 or 2 in the physical card game?
We only have 3 ramp cards, and I think most people only play like 1 to 2 of them. So yeah, you're actually not that far ahead usually.
Okay, so generally you're like 1 turn ahead. If you go first, you're even 2 turns ahead then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so like
really good discard dragon though.
There is an archetype called Discard Dragon, where like you get extra effects if you've discarded cards at the end of the turn, or like when you do discard. So this also feeds into that.
Yeah, the fact that the fanfare itself, like even if there was nothing going off of it, at any moment, like your opponent has weakness and you drop this card and the cost is discard 2 cards from your hand. The cost doesn't matter because you win the game immediately, right? Yeah. So I could discard my entire hand, right? Shut the hell. But I hate you so much. But the cost for the storm doesn't matter because anytime you are gonna pay the cost for the storm, it's to just kill your opponent immediately, or like if they have a really wide board that you got to get rid of. Of course, I will discard 2 cards from my hand for storm because it gives me more turns instead of dying immediately, right? So so that cost, the fact that it costs no, I was gonna say stock, but costs no mana or anything is, I think, the part that makes this like absolutely busted too. Like I think this card is like a 5 out of 5 essentially. I don't know how you guys feel.
I think it's a great playmaker. I think the Dragon's going to love it. I think that this class is going to like it.
Yeah.
Definitely very aggressive, very versatile.
I would like to recant something also. Is the last video I said I was going to be what was it? I want to say caster Runecraft main. I've changed my mind now. I've seen this card. I'm now a Dragon main.
Are you sure you're not just an Musume main?
No, I like this card for the effect, not the art. The effect is insane to me. But yeah. All right, I think we're all in agreement. It's like minimum 4.5 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. All right. Next card.
All right, so this is Suin Sky. It is a 1/3 for 3. Feels understated so far. But it has feed 1, start racing. It has Storm, Intimidate. What is Intimidate?
I don't know what Intimidate is. Is that not Aura? No, it's not.
No, I think Intimidate is it can't be blocked unless by other cards with Intimidate. That's how I would assume Intimidate works.
That's Magic the Gathering?
That's Magic.
Magic has the same thing, right? So I assume Intimidate means the same thing, right?
I feel like Intimidate might be like...
Or... Go ahead.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Is it Ignore Sword?
No.
No.
I've literally never seen this line of text.
All right, let's get in the comprehensive rulebook and figure this out.
I've never seen... Okay, we'll just say we don't know what it does. But it does gain attack when you attack.
Right.
What if it's Intimidate means if it can be blocked, it has to be blocked?
Well, you don't block
in this game.
Oh, that's right.
Hold on, I'm gonna hit the
no, place. This would take too long. Fuck it. This card is a card. Do you want to go to the next one?
Oh my god!
It has a line of text we don't know.
There's no reference of Intimidate anywhere else. I'm gonna see if this card is translated anywhere else. Like, we can continue. If I find it, I'll bring it up.
Okay, yeah. If we find it, we'll bring it back up. Card is question mark out of 10.
Question mark. It has Storm and it's a 2/3.
Yeah. Okay, I can't even think of what it could be.
Yeah, in the translation, on the Discord, in the translation, it says it's got Intimidate.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's not useful to us. Next card is the 7 mana amulet. This is going to be good. Passion Championeer. At the start of your main phase, you choose an enemy follower or the enemy leader, deal 4 damage to it. And on play, if you have an Musume card, choose an enemy follower, deal 4 damage to it. Wow. Have you played digital Shadowverse a bit, right? Do you know what the what was it called? There was like some like 7-drop thing that summoned a 5/5 every turn, right? And historically, that card was unbelievably awful. Like, I'm talking completely unplayable. This card is also completely unplayable.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll go to the next one since that card is 0 out of 10.
Deal 4 damage. Yeah. This. All right. Sorry. Next. Wait. Why isn't it switch? Oh, there we go. Next card. We have a 6-drop follower for 4/4. King Hollow. Feed 1 for racing. Fanfare. Choose one of the following effects. Put the top card of your deck into EX area. Do this 3 times. 2. Search for Kawakami Princess in your deck and summon it. We haven't seen Kawakami Princess, right?
Yeah, we have. She's in Rune, isn't she?
Wait, really?
Yeah, she's in a different color. We've seen her already. Either Rune or Sword, one of the two. Yeah,
she was
right
in
there.
Rune. She was the 4.
Oh, so this is definitely oh, this is the very mediocre card we were talking about earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
So this card so this card's specifically for the Horse Girl deck, right? And then
it has draw 3.
Yeah. The other effect is pay when it comes into play, put 3 cards to your EX area, right? So those 3 cards are basically in your hand, right? So you can play them as normal. Yeah. There was a limit on number of cards in EX area, right? Was it 5 or 7 or something? 5? Okay.
5. Yeah.
Dragon doesn't really use it though at the moment.
Okay, so this gives it access to it. A 6-drop though. So this is like a turn 5 drop, maybe? Right? Because you said most decks only play like one way to ramp like one extra thing.
Yeah, but this does the more aggressive your ramp is, right? It's a draw 3.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not good.
Yeah, a lot of ramp spells also just like go away and don't do anything else, right? They just like gain one thing or one empty play point orb or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured out what Intimidate is. We got, by the way, guys.
What is it?
This follower cannot be attacked by other followers.
Holy shit.
Oh, so when so
it's a card with Storm, and then your opponent has to hit it with a spell.
Right.
When it gains +1, it's not only for turn, right? Because it just says it's permanent, right?
Correct.
Oh, this is a little obnoxious. It could get out of hand pretty easily, but it seems like there's a lot of like deal 3, deal 4 spells, right?
Everything's dealing damage.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty mediocre card, but I mean, if it gets out of control, it can get really obnoxious, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad we looked that up. And then what were we on? Oh, this one.
Sorry, we're back on the top check 3 on play.
Yeah. It seems okay if there's a lot more ramp going on, because then if this was like a 4/4 draw 3, it seems pretty good. But it sounds like ramp isn't very
prevalent yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The card's probably better in mono horses, but it's still
no. This is not a mono. This is not a mono horse card. This is a dragon card. Once dragon gets more ramp.
You think so?
Yeah. This is I play this for 6 and refill my hand and then feel good again.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah, right now it seems pretty mediocre, especially if ramp isn't such a big thing. Like in the future, this could be pretty decent if like ramp gets really big. Do cards rotate out of this game? No, right? Or do they?
We don't know yet. In digital they do, but they've only have 3. This is set 3. So
okay.
Will this rotate? Who knows?
All right, next card. Is it my turn or whose turn is it?
This would be Ellis's.
Yeah, it's me. This is Tamamo Cross. It is a 2-drop 2/1, feed 1, and racing start. It gains +1/+1, and you choose an enemy follower and deal 2 damage to it. So this is a 3-drop 3/2 that deals 2 damage to something. I think this card probably 3 out of 5, maybe 4 out of 5. No, this card seems really good.
Does it?
Playing it
like,
on turn 3, it kills 2 things, or it deals with a big water that you have to get through. Like, if you're playing into Forest, as an example, they play down an Ancient Elf. This card kills it. Like, it's just solid removal. It can deal with 1 big thing or 2 small things.
This isn't Dragon. The Dragon wants to, like... Dragon doesn't want to play...
But I'm also looking at this
cards.
outside of just Dragon. We have a secret 7th class, Dean.
We do have a secret 7th class, and it's like an okay card there, but it's like we've already seen other cards.
Yeah.
And is this better than the other cards? It's not bad. I don't think it's bad, but
it's definitely not bad. I don't know if it's better than okay though. That's my only.
Yeah, Kid gave Agnes a 3.5.
I said a 3 or a 4, right?
4 is really high.
4 is really high, I think. 4 is like almost staple is basically, and then 5 is like you have to use this card if you're playing this class.
5 is you discard your hand to
win the game. Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's probably a solid 3. Like,
I can see it giving it a 3. Yeah. I like that though. You do bring up a good point. It like either removes 2 things or 1 big thing, right? If
I can go wide or high, that's nice.
That having that option is always good, and everyone always wants that.
Right.
All right. Next card. We have this 1-drop. Oh wait, is it your turn?
My turn.
All right.
So supporting you. It seems that you're not doing that. Trying to steal my card. It's a 1-drop spell that chooses an allied Uma Musume follower, give it +1/+0, and you draw a card. And then if you buffed as Saiyan Sky, give it +1/+1. Which one was Saiyan Sky again?
That's not the Intimidator, is it?
It is.
It is.
Oh,
wait, that's insane.
That's really good.
Okay.
Okay, so
pretty good. Also, this is insane in the rune package because this is a 1-mana draw card.
No, it's a 0-mana draw card. Anyway,
yeah, right.
Okay, with context of this spell existing for the other card, this other Saiyan Sky card seems a bit better now because
this is +2/+1 on it.
Yeah, because it's a +2/+1 on a card that can't be attacked directly, making its health pool 4. And I think at 4, that's if you get past 4 health, then I think it gets really hard to start removing things with spells, right? Because it seems like 4 is like the threshold. It seems like spells generally go, and after that, it's like big creatures have some big effect that does like 3 damage to everything or like 4 damage to everything. But 5 is when you start getting a little wacky, right?
Or the removal just doesn't deal damage and just outright removes it.
So, yeah, it definitely seems like a more aggressive deck that like forces your opponent to deal with your card, but they're not allowed to in conventional ways.
Would you play these 2 cards together in Standard Dragon?
I don't know everything in Dragon's list, but this is what I would think at least is like if you're playing you would only play this card if you're playing Saiyan Sky and vice versa, right?
Well, you need multiple Uma Musume cards though, because like it only buffs Uma Musume cards.
Yeah.
So like the fact that you need to have it down, but like imagining when you play this package, if you're able to sandbag it like throughout the game randomly, and then you just get to like turn 5 and you go 2-drop 3 copies of this. What is that? That's +6. Then you swing in for 8 on turn 5, and they go, "Wow, that's a good card."
The real play is you get to tilt your opponent by playing Saiyan Sky, playing this, top deck another copy of it, and go, "Oh, I drew another supporting you. I'll play another one," and then do it again just to tilt your opponent. Yeah.
It's also like
that is 8 damage potential in turn 4, though. That's kind of absurd.
Oh yeah, if your opponent if the Sky lived, it would be 9 damage. If like you had like the absolute nuttiest hand.
Yeah. The package together can get kind of nutty. The card, I think, it's still overall, it's still like a 3 out of 5 package type of deal. If you
consistency
wasn't
card.
This seeing play in the deck that we had watched with the
I have no idea.
The one that gets +3/+1.
The first question though about that, well, +3 +3/+1 is way different than +1/+0 draw a card +1/+1 if it's a
The idea
specific
is
card.
that, like, you can put this on that card and draw and still have another consistency card.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I
but
those two tactics are being played together in that deck that we'd watched a video on a deck, but it's been a while. I don't remember. Yeah.
yeah. Well, also, was that card also quick play? Because if it was instant speed, then that changes things a lot as well, right?
No, I'm talking about the card that gets +3/+1. If
The
you
Swordcraft
have
card.
The Swordcraft card, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the idea is that this helps you curve out the Swordcraft card even harder.
Right.
I don't know. I'm still on the 3 out of 5 train here. What do you guys feel like?
I think that's a pretty good one
Yeah.
because it's like it helps with your aggressive cards, make them more aggressive, and it really helps with that one card.
Right. I think it's a 3 by itself. Packaged with the other card, probably a 3.5, maybe a 3.25.
Well, okay. Well, that's too much in the 0.5 department. I just
Right.
think I think it's an okay card. It's gonna draw you a card. It's gonna make you deal more damage.
Right.
You're gonna feel happy about it.
Right. Exactly.
All right. I guess it does give you something to do with your leftover mana in those cases too. All right.
Right.
Next card. Bamboo Memory. Wait, it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 2-drop 2/3 has feeding for 1, and in fanfare, discard a card, deal 2 damage to all enemy leader. I assume there should be an S there.
Probably.
Wait, there's not a multiplayer version of this game, right? There is? Oh,
Well,
interesting.
they want to leave it open. Their cards say leaders.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it says all leaders on there. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. It just depends if you have a reason to discard cards for some kind of effect. Maybe it's good. But even then, it seems pretty shitty. Oh, wait, no, right. It's to leaders. Card sucks.
Yeah, discard dragon. Like it's
shit.
Is it?
It's shit.
Yeah.
Like
Only hits leader. Literally not versatile.
Yeah.
that? I do agree with that. That's true. But
If
2
it-
damage to face is 2 damage to face, right?
Okay, no one cares
Alright,
about your
yeah.
life until it's the last point that matters, right?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
This game has
Yeah.
heal 5 bodies, dude.
It does. That's true. Yeah.
This card has cantrip and heal 5s. You think that this discard a card, this -2 deal 2 is good?
Listen, if you're in a multiplayer game with 10 other players, then you do 20 damage. It's pretty good, right? But outside of that, when you're playing in a 1v1 scenario, this card sucks.
I'm taking a draft.
Draft,
No.
draft maybe, because draft is different. Limited is different. But I could also be pretty whatever about this card. Like, I could see it being passed around like 2 times before it comes into my pile. But
Right.
yeah. All right, next card.
So we have is it Yaneo Muteki?
Muteki? Yep.
Muteki. I'm sorry, I'm horribly pronouncing this, but it's a 3-drop 3/3. It has feed 1, racing start, gain +1/+1, and choose one other allied follower, up to one other allied follower, and give it +1/+1. Card's okay.
Yeah, seems okay. It's like a 4-drop for 5/5 in stats, right?
I love it when you play the I hope you don't play hard removal storm deck, and then you play this and you keep buffing the card.
It's nice that it's not limited to giving another Musume follower +1/+1, but I still don't think that saves the card from being just okay.
Yeah, it's pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, the card would be pretty good if it could give itself both +1/+1s, but
Well, the card would be really good in that.
yeah, because that'd be a 4-drop 5/5. But yeah, card's pretty mediocre overall.
Right.
All right, next card.
Yeah.
This is Grass Wonder, 5-drop 5/5, and it has feed 1 and on play deal 2 damage to all enemy followers. Amazing.
It's good when your opponent goes small and wide. Like
No,
it's basically a
Well,
pyroclasm.
it is good into specifically
Sword
aggro
and-
because
yeah.
you would remove the entire aggro board. Maybe.
Right. It's basically a pyroclasm or like volcanic fallout, if you know Magic terms. Like just on play, deal 2 damage to all creatures. It's okay.
This is just like a okay 5 mana removal spell that sometimes deals damage the next turn.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It's definitely meta dependent, or like what you can combo in it. It's
Right.
Ellis is right though. It's very okay card.
Right. It's probably a solid one of, but I don't think I'd play it.
I don't know. Have you seen like Dragon? Dragon's been like maxing out on like removal spells, like Conflag, which is like 4 mana, deal 4 to the entire board.
Oh,
And it's like, I think it might be 5 mana, deal 4 to the entire board. Well, this is like that, but on a body, and then you also have the option of being able to remove up to 7 health of a follower, right?
right.
So they're maxing it. If they were maxing out on the other card before, this is just like kind of a better version of that.
Mm-hmm. Except that card deals with taller boards. Better.
Cards with more health,
right?
But
yeah.
The deal 2 is like actually pretty relevant right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was relevant. I don't know how much it is when the horse deck is. It does kill multiples of the card that will deal 5 damage a turn.
Goddamn. Yeah. Yeah. What? So we're just in agreement then. It's pretty mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 6 drop is my turn, right?
Yep.
Super Creek. Feed 1 to begin racing. It has Ward. Why did they include the extra text? Whatever. Fanfare, add 5 to your leader's defense. So Ward and heal 5 on a 6/5/5.
Seems fine. Like it's a heal 5. It basically protects you from 2 5 damage attacks.
It's a worse Shenlong.
What does Shenlong do?
Yeah. Shenlong is the 5 mana, or is it 4 mana? I think it's like a 4 mana with Evolve for 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That on play draws 2, ditches 1, and on Evolve heals 5. And it has Ward, and it's a 5/6.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a card that Dragon already has.
Mm-hmm.
But this is that without needing the spot on the deck, on the Evolve deck.
Mm-hmm.
However, it also doesn't hand filter. So this card is like outclassed by a card within its own class.
Right.
Is I think the biggest problem with it.
All right, budget card, got it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you replace the 50-cent card with the 20-cent card.
Yep, very expensive.
The shipping. You gotta get that stuff from Japan, like.
Oh, you're right.
All right. So last card in Dragon, we've got Hishi Akibono. Yep. This card's a 10 drop, 10/10. Feed 1. Fanfare, gain 10 health. Personally, I love this card. It's just gain 10 health. But, you know, you're probably playing it on like turn 7 or 8 in Dragon. So, like, against aggro, card's great. But at the same time, it's probably just okay.
You have cards that are like end the game, and then
exactly.
You have cards that are prolong the game forever.
Right. Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, personally, I love the idea. I like this, but it's not good.
Yeah, this is just a pretty shit card in general.
It's a haha funny one of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, even against aggro, I don't even think this does enough. Like, I'd rather play the 6 drop against aggro. This 10.
True. That's true.
But yeah.
I don't know. A 10/10 without like just destroy target enemy follower. Like, this card is hard to deal with damage wise.
It's really funny if it lives.
Right. It puts on the pressure very fast.
It's really bad. It's actually just awful.
Right.
Unplayable.
Right.
10.
Wait, if you're going second though, you could play it and race with it in the same turn.
Jesus.
Unplayable.
All right. Well, that concludes our Dragon review. Next should be Shadow? Is that what it's called now?
No, it's called Nightmare. Also,
Nightmare.
Yeah, the community calls it Spooky Craft.
Spooky Craft. Woo! Halloween. All right.
Favorite craft.
All right. I played. That's the craft I played the most in person, right? Dean, I forgot.
Like 3 games. Yeah, that was the one with server stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, yep. We'll see you guys in the next video for the Spooky Craft video. Woo! Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff.
The October special.
Yeah, our October specials. See you guys in the next video. Later.